Limping with badly broken wings, the albino alien dragon with her dragonlings thanked the human. The sky had turned violet when the human scout, Ryan Taver, spotted the shape crawling through the scorched edge of the ravine. It was massive, white, and trailing dark blood across the alien dirt. He pulled his goggles down and zoomed in. "Albino dragon," he whispered. The very same species humanity had waged war against not 5 years ago. He ducked behind a jagged outcrop, his pulse pounding. Most dragons were red, black, or green. Albino ones were rare, highly intelligent, more dangerous than the others. And this one was limping. Ryan's trained eye quickly identified the problem. Her wings were mangled, both folded at wrong angles, their thin membranes ripped and bleeding. The worst kind of break for a winged creature. She'd never fly again. Behind her were 3 smaller shapes. Dragonlings. Hatchlings. Maybe a week old. They huddled beside their mother, trembling, squealing weakly as the alien wind howled. Ryan should have called it in. Protocol demanded it. Injured dragon. Easy kill. 3 hatchlings. Potential future threats. But he didn't lift his communicator. Instead, he stepped out of hiding, slowly, deliberately. The mother dragon immediately swung her neck toward him, one eye flaring gold with pain and warning. She roared, weakly, but the sound still made the rocks shake. "I'm not here to hurt you," Ryan said, hands raised, voice steady. The mother hissed, dragging herself between Ryan and her young, blood dripping from her jaw. "You're dying," he said quietly. "And they're going to starve." She didn't move. Didn't believe him. Why would she? So he did something reckless. He took off his rifle harness, dropped the weapon on the ground. Then, inch by inch, he stepped forward. Ryan had seen plenty of death in the Dragon Wars. But he'd also seen confusion in their eyes. Mothers screaming for their hatchlings. Dragons trying to shield civilians, not destroy them. He knew the official line. Dragons were monsters. But lines blurred when you looked too close. This albino was no monster. She was a mother, injured, desperate, and clinging to the last shreds of strength to protect her babies. "I've got food," Ryan said, kneeling. He pulled protein packs from his belt, opened one, and placed it carefully on a flat stone. Then he retreated. The albino dragon stared for a long time. The hatchlings cried. At last, she shifted, every movement agony, and nudged one of the little ones forward. It sniffed the food, then cautiously devoured it. 10 minutes later, all 3 were eating. The mother stared at Ryan the whole time. Then, to his utter astonishment, she bowed her head. A dragon, bowing to a human. He returned the next day. And the next. Every time he brought food, water, medical patches. He avoided sudden moves, kept low to the ground, always showing respect. The hatchlings began to greet him with curious chirps and coos, their scales still soft and glistening. He named them. Flint, the boldest, who once tried to chew on Ryan's boot. Ember, the smallest, who slept in the hollow of her mother's neck. Blaze, the loudest, always squawking for more food. He didn't name the mother. That felt presumptuous. She was majestic even in pain. Her wings hung useless, broken bones jutting beneath translucent white skin. Her eyes held depth, pain, wisdom, suspicion, and slowly trust. On the 6th day, Ryan dared approach with a medkit. "I can try to splint them," he said softly, gesturing at her wings. "It won't make you fly again, but it'll stop the bleeding, lessen the pain." The dragon gave a low grunt. Then, slowly, terrifyingly, she stretched her broken wing toward him. He worked for hours. Plied salve. bound the fractures with alien metal struts. Her blood soaked his gloves, but she never snapped at him. Just breathed slow and deep, letting him work. When he was done, she exhaled a breath of hot mist over him. "Thank you." 2 days later, the dragons were discovered. It was a patrol team. 2 soldiers. Young. Nervous. Ryan stood in front of the albino's cave entrance as they raised their rifles. "There are dragons inside," one yelled. "I know," Ryan said. "They're mine. You've gone rogue." "Call HQ," Ryan said, calm but firm. "Tell them we've got a chance to learn. To negotiate. He trusts me. Don't ruin that with a trigger-happy finger." But it didn't matter. The younger soldier panicked. He fired. The bullet grazed the albino's shoulder. She didn't scream, she lunged. Ryan jumped between them. "No!" The dragon froze, jaws inches from the soldier's neck. For one breathless moment, Ryan was sure he'd failed. Then she backed down. The soldiers ran. They came back with orders to kill. But HQ made a mistake. They sent Ryan as the forward scout. He led the squad toward the canyon, and then into a false pass. By the time they realized the dragons weren't there, the mother and her hatchlings were long gone, guided by Ryan's map and trail markers to a hidden valley. He'd bought them time. Ryan deserted a week later. The military branded him a traitor. He didn't care. He had supplies, gear, and a destination. He hiked across mountains, through poisoned fog fields, and finally reached the valley again. The albino dragon was there, waiting. Her wings were still broken. She'd never soar again. But she had her young and now a human ally. She limped toward him when he arrived, dragging her massive form with effort, her dragonlings darting around her like excited puppies. Ryan knelt. "I'm sorry it took me so long," he whispered. The mother lowered her massive head until it touched his chest. A wordless thanks, heavy with meaning. He pressed his forehead to her scales, feeling the slow, steady thud of her heart. "You're safe now," he said. "I'll stay. I'll help raise them. Protect them." And she believed him. Because when no one else had seen her as anything but a weapon, he had seen a mother. Years later, stories spread across border towns of a ghostly white dragon seen limping across ridgelines at twilight, accompanied by 3 young giants with gleaming scales and watchful eyes. No one attacked. No one dared. Because a man in scavenger armor always walked beside them. His rifle slung behind him, hand resting on one of the dragonlings' necks. They said the dragons guarded the valley. They said the man and the albino trusted only each other. They said the dragon had once bowed her head to him, a gesture never seen before and never seen again. And those who saw the strange family disappear into the purple dusk often whispered, "That dragon thanked a human." And the world has never been the same.